Hello guys and welcome to this video. I'm B5 and today I will talk about the new TCG set called Darkness Ablaze. Already a lot of PokeTubers and people have been opening the packs because they have the pre-releases set. I myself are going to collect the set when the official release date is 14th of August. So when it comes out, I will start collecting them. I thought this was the perfect time to talk about my top 10 cards from this set, with a combination of artwork and play, so you know what card can be used for playing, and also what are some of the good artworks in this set. First off here, I will just do the top 10, and then at last I will do like a, quick honorable mentions, So let's just get started with number 10. So to start up this list, I want to throw it out, you know him. And this is maybe one of the cards that's the reason that many people are gonna buy this set. And it's of course Charizard. So, I mean, I could have chosen Charizard V as well, but I mean, we only gonna get a Charizard V and a Charizard Vmax. There's no, I guess there is of course the Charizard V full art, but Vmax we're only gonna get this one. There's not a rainbow rare card in the set. So I chose this one out because I think that this is gonna be a collectible item from the set, and also, I mean, it's a Charizard, you need to have it in your, the most remembered sets. There's Charizard, so definitely he was gonna kick this list off. Also, I mean, he has some powerful attacks. I don't think you'll be seeing that much play. Like all kind of the new Charizards from the newer generations don't really see that much play because they have too high cost compared to the attack, and also the fact that there are a lot of water Pokemon, and there have been a lot of strong water Pokemon throughout the years. So yeah, that is my guess. And just to get everything cleared here, we also have the text for what the Charizard can do. So it evolves from Charizard V, as we already know how that works. So we got for free colorless energy, you can do a 100 damage with Claw Swipe. And for, what will that be, free fire energies and 2 colorless, you can do 300 damage, but if you do, you're gonna discard 2 energy cards from this Pokemon. So again, high attack damage. You can also see you cannot even one-shot another Charizard. So I mean, it's gonna be a good card, but I don't gonna see it's gonna get that much play. I think I'll be glad when I pull it, or if I pull it in one of my boxes from. I think it's going to be a great card to pull. I think people will be happy for it. I myself would definitely be happy when I'm going to draw the first one. So, yeah, so that was the kick off the list. So let's just jump straight on to number 9. In at number 9 here, we got... I was so happy when I saw this card. Just because I think it's cute, and I think it's like definitely one of the... better mythical Pokemons. Maybe you already have guessed it then, but the card is of course Mew V. So we got ourselves this lovely Mew V card. My biggest reason for choosing this as number 9 is actually that it's a Mew. I mean, who doesn't like Mew? I think it's a wonderful art, good looking Pokemon. It has also some decent stats, and I can see it have some play. I don't think it will be impactful, but I think it's gonna have its place. So we're just gonna bring up the text here, and the text says Mew V is psychic type, of course. It got for 2 psychic energy, you got X-Ball. That's gonna deal 30 damage. This attack does 30 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon. So we're gonna combine the energy there's on the board, or as the the both actives, and then that's gonna be the damage for this Pokemon, which are again gonna make it quite decent. And also another fact to remember is that its retreat cost is actually free. I think one of the problem with going psychic, or with Mew here especially, is the weakness to darkness, because of Eternatus and some of the other new cards. I think it's gonna be quite a problem dealing with those guys, but we'll take a look at that later on the list. Let's just jump straight to number 8. Coming in at number 8, I think we have a quite interesting card. So in at number 8 we have Houndoom V, and the reason why I put this guy here is not, I like Houndoom, it's not like that. I like Charizard and Mew more, but the fact is that it's because of the text on the card. So what we have on the text, it says Houndoom V. First of all, we also got a 210 HP. It's kind of nice for a V card. You can play instantly. But what we have here, we have a 1 fire cost energy. You're gonna deal 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, which is quite decent. Good starting attack. With a little bit of luck, that burn is gonna keep on doing damage each turn. But the real interesting thing, and that is, I mean, there are other cards in this set that has this unique effect, let's call it that. So for 2 fire energy and a colorless, you're gonna get Vengeful Flame. 100 plus damage. If your benched fire Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 100 more damage. So in other words, if you have a fire Pokemon on your bench that has taken any damage, this one is actually going to deal 200 damage for only 3 energies. And as we know, we have the card that's going to give you 2 energies on a supporter card, and you're going to draw 3 cards, and then you can put your your energy down. So you're going to get this up going in 1 turn. I mean, basically easy. And it's a great card. I really enjoyed this effect, and there, as again I say, we're not gonna get too much into it on the other cards on the list, but there are more cards I mean, in this set list where you have this effect with, if your bench Pokemon has taken some damage, they're gonna do something extra and stuff like that. And I think that's really, really interesting to play around, instead of you just having a clear bench with no damage on. Also, it's gonna be like a counterplay to the guys that's gonna run like a sweep, where they are trying to get rid of your bench instead of the active Pokemon. So I think it's quite interesting. So yeah, let's just jump straight to number 7 here. And coming in here at number 7, we have Centiskorch, and Centiskorch Vmax to be precise. And the reason for that is, of course, I mean, Centiskorch is a wonderful Pokemon, a good looking Pokemon, but also because of its attack, and I think this is quite interesting. So let's just get the text up here. So Centiskorch Vmax, and we have Gmax Centiferno, which is 2 colorless, and it says 40 plus damage. This attack does 40 more damage for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. You may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon after calculating damage for this attack. That is, I mean, that is a decent attack, but you know, it's the stacking up effect. We also have the normal Centiskorch from the base set, where you're gonna stack up and to burn the enemy decks, burn the enemy deck, so that cards throw into the discard pile. This time you're gonna do the same, but you're just gonna deal more and more damage. And if you have some fire energies in your discard pile, you can get that one too onto the Pokemon as well. So it's also have like its own generating of getting more and more powerful each turn. Besides, you also have your Turbo Patch, which is in this set. That's gonna allow you to put an energy on if you hit the coin flip. It's gonna allow you to put energies on from your hand, and you also have, of course, again, the Fire Supporter card where you can get 2 on each turn. So you have like these many options to get all these fire energies down, do a ton of damage. It's gonna be very interesting. I think this card is gonna be seeing a lot of play, and I can't wait to see if I can make a good deck out of it. Enough talk about Centiskorch, let's just move on to the next Pokemon. And coming in here at number 6. This is gonna be a little bit different, I guess, but I mean, this is actually one of the cards I've been looking the most forward to when I saw it. And the reason for that is that on number 6 we don't only have 1 card, but we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 cards. Okay, I messed that up a bit, but I hope you get the idea. So what we have here, and I'm sorry for only having the Japanese ones at the moment, but what we have here are the new Night March. So if you don't know what Night March is, it's like, it was an old school deck. I actually think it won the World Championship at some point, where all it had to do was that all Pokemon with the attack Night March would go into the discard pile, except like 3 or something, and then the last 3 will do an enormously much of damage, because every time there was a Pokemon with Night March in the discard pile, it would damage more. And this is exactly the same thing. So what we have here is something called Mad Party, which is the attack that is on each of these 4 cards. And what that does is that every time that, or for every card there is in the discard pile with the attack Mad Party, it's gonna do 20 more damage. which is insane. And another thing that's insane about this is that if you look at the Poltergeist card, I'm just gonna read it up. Sorry, I don't really feel the room for the English translation. But what it says is that the ability you can see on the card, it says T-Break. You must discard a Pokemon that has the Mad Party attack from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So you have your card supporter draw here on your Poltergeist. So you're just gonna discard them and get cards. So it's a win-win situation for you, because you want these cards into your discard pile to damage more, but you're also gonna get more cards each turn. It's wonderful. And also, when you put on the fact that if you just use Poltergeist as your attacker as well, you have the Twin Energy card. So what I will see from this deck is that you will go Poltergeist as the, you know, second attacker, and then you will have the what's it called, Bunnelby Pokemon to be the first attacker, because it's just the Twin Energy down and you can use the attack, and then you have, as I said, Poltergeist as a backup. The other two is like more different in the way that that they have this they have like the extra energy you will have to throw down to get it. So yeah, I mean, I think you're just gonna discard those. I mean, those 8 cards you will just discard down, and then you have the other 8 as attackers, or also discard some of them to get more damage down. No matter what, this is, I think it's gonna be an amazing deck, so I'm really looking forward to play this. I mean, like, I think this is gonna be the first deck I'm gonna make when I actually get the cards into my hand. It's just gonna be Mad Party all over the place. I think it's great, and I've used so much time to talk about this now. I'm sorry, but this is gonna be amazing. I'm just gonna move on to number 5. Coming in here at number 5, we have a very interesting card, because again, it's not a single card place here. There is actually 2 cards on number 5, and the first card is Rose. So we got Rose as a trainer card, and this is very interesting, because what Rose does, and again, sorry I can't fit the text on screen, but what Rose does is that he allows you to attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon Vmax. So this is gonna be a, you know, very fast way to get your Pokemon Vmax up quickly. But there is a catch. When you use him, you have to discard your hand. So you're gonna discard all these cards you have in your hand, you're gonna throw them into the discard pile, and of course, if you have some energies, then they're gonna get down there and you can use another Rose next turn, if you have one. That's where this thing comes into play, and this is why it also have a place on this list, and that is the what's it called, tower. Just gonna check it up quickly. I would like to call it Rose Tower. It is Rose Tower, good. So this is Rose Tower, and what Rose Tower does is that this is a stadium card you're gonna play before, I mean, I guess you're gonna play before you play Rose, or maybe your opponent played it last turn because he used Rose. But what this will do is that each turn you may draw 3 cards. So what you're gonna do is that you will play Rose, and then you're gonna say, I will use the stadium, and then draw 3 cards. So you got 3 cards into your hand and are ready for the next turn. I know this is not the best way, I guess, but I mean, like, we also have Chinchino, and we have other draw supporter Pokemons and stuff like that. So I think you can make it work, and the combination of these 2 cards is gonna make Rose worth it, I guess. I mean, it's not gonna be the best card in the world, but again, it's also a super fast way to get a Vmax Pokemon up, since you can actually attach 3 energies to a Vmax Pokemon. So just think about how many Vmax Pokemon do you see with more energies than 3 for the best attack. I mean, we have Charizard, but mostly they're not gonna use any more than that. So I think this is gonna be an amazing combo, and I'm really looking forward to see it. Let's just jump on to number 4, because this video is getting long. And coming in here at number 4, we once again have 2 cards, and I think it's because the effect again here is what is gonna make the difference. So in at number 4 we have Salamance V, and of course the other card is Salamance V Max. So the reason why I put both of them in here is because of the swooping effect. And what I mean by swooping effect, I mean actually that the name of the attack is Swoop Across, which is the free colorless energy attack you see on Salamance V. And what it's gonna do is that it's gonna do 30 damage to each of your opponent Pokemon. So you're gonna put 30 damage on every card that's on their side, unless they have some other effect that's gonna say you can't do that. Okay? And then the follow-up is that you can evolve into Salamance Vmax, and just for one colorless energy, you'll be able to put 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, by your choice. So, I mean, just round these up quickly. What you want to do is that you want to have, like, Shrine of Punishment, you want to have some area effects of damage. You're going to put a lot of damage down to a lot of Pokemon. Then you're going to do the first Salamance V to get 30 down again. Just get a lot of damage put out, and then you're gonna evolve it into a VMAX version, and then you're just gonna, you know, point out and say, okay, we're gonna take this guy this turn and this guy, and I mean, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be very powerful and very interesting to play. Also because that the dragon type is out, so you have like this normal type dragon Pokemon now, which is gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see play at least. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and also you have like this great 240 damage for 4 colorless. And you can use the attack next turn on the Salamance VMAX. So I mean, you have a strong Pokemon with a hard blowing attack, but also this spread damage. And I think the spread damage is what I'm gonna make this card really good. And I'm looking forward to do a deck with this. Let's just jump on to number 3 on the list. Coming in at number 3, we are almost at the end, guys. Number 3, we have, of course, Eternatus VMAX. This card is gonna be amazing, and let me tell you why. So we have here a VMAX Pokemon, of course, we have to evolve it first. We have this ability called Eternal Zone. If all of your Pokemon in play are dark types, you can have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench, so you're just gonna move your bench out and do it way bigger. You can put non-dark Pokemon on your bench, if you have played this, of course, and if this effect would stop working, if this card is discarded in some way, thrown out of play, then you will have to go back to the 5 and discard your bench until you have only 5 Pokemon on the bench. But where it's gonna get very interesting is that for a Darkness Energy and a colorless, you will use the attack Dread End, which will do 30 damage times every dark Pokemon in play. So you have this, this damaging 30 times 8. So that is, of course, and I'm gonna look over here to be sure. Oh, I throw it around. Okay, so it's 240 damage just for having a lot of Pokemon down. And I think it's gonna be a great attack. Again, it's always a good effect when you have a lot of Pokemon down in play. You have another, I mean, like more options. You have like the Obstagoon options more, with more room for getting Zigzagoons down and, you know, sniping out the bench Pokemon. You have, I mean, you have a lot of potential here, and I think it's gonna be great. Of course, Eternatus, the 3rd legendary of these games, of course it would have to have this amazing kind of card. But yeah, let's just jump on to number 2 on the list. And here at number 2, we have a card where I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I love it, okay? So what we have here is Galarian Stunfisk V. And I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger here because this is gonna be so good. Okay, so I think a lot of people have kind of missed this card, if you get me. I think it's gone under the radar because it's a Galarian Stunfisk, and it's kind of weird. I also think the first Galarian Stunfisk, which was in the base set, I also think that when, like, you know, people kind of forgot it, it's actually a pretty good card. And I think this one is actually quite amazing too. And let me tell you why I think this card, I'm just gonna be the one I'm gonna talk the most about, because I know I have to defend this one. The reason for me putting this at 2nd is because of this. So we have the ability Metal Skin. This Pokemon gets 20 plus HP for each metal or steel energy, if you like, that is attached to it. That means every time we attach an energy, it's gonna get 20 more HP, 20 more HP, which means we can actually make this quite tanky. And now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, but it's weakened to fire, and you have talked about a lot of good fire cards in this set. You have the Frying Pan. That's gonna make it it's not gonna have a weakness. It's gonna take 30 less damage. I mean, and the Steel typing is already like this powerful tankiness. I mean, there are so many cards that's gonna make this card even more tanky. And also, I mean, there is so much potential in this card, making it like a tanky deck. And just have your Galarian Stunfisk being out there. And then we're gonna move on to the attack, because the attack is Trapping Bite, which is 2 colorless energy, which I guess you will put down the steals if you could get it, or the metal if you, I don't know what you will call it. I will call it steel energy. But yeah, what is this attack about? Okay, so what it does 60 damage, which is not enough. It's not that big of a deal. But during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is attacked by an attack, even if it's knocked out, you will put 12 damage counter on the attacking Pokemon. So in other words, I know we have Boss Order, I know we have like a lot of standard cards that can actually counter this, but you will actually do 180 damage each turn if you hit them for 60, and then if they don't have an option to hit you back, I mean if they're gonna hit you back, they're just gonna get smashed with 120 HP. This is like a meme card. I think it's gonna be hilarious to play, and I can't wait for it to me to actually play this card, because I think I'm gonna tilt so many people with it, because it's so stupid, but at the same time, I mean, this could actually work. And also at the same time, just imagine 4 Stunfisk down on your bench, and that's kind of all there is. And then each time you're just gonna make it more and more tanky with each energy. I know it's like a far-fetched idea, but I think it's amazing, and I can't wait to play it. But enough talk about this card. Let's just move on and get the number 1 down and get an end of this video already. Last card, number 1, guys. I am so unoriginal with this one. I'm sorry, I don't know if you were set up for anything when I pulled out the Galarian Stunfisk at the second, but yeah, I mean, the winner of this set is clearly Crobat, of course. And if you don't know why, it's because this is the new Shaman, even though you can only use it for 1 turn. I mean, it's gonna be an amazing card, it's gonna work in the Eternatus deck, it's gonna work, I mean, pretty much everywhere. And the reason for it is this. Ability, Dark Asset. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. And, I mean, that's the only reason, actually. You're not gonna use the attack, you're not gonna use anything else. That is all. You're just gonna use it for card draws. And, I mean, it's gonna work like an extra supporter card. You can only use 1 supporter card each turn. You can also use 1 Crobat each turn. That's part of the ability. You can only use 1 time this ability each turn. So, that's kind of all. I mean, you can throw down Professor's Research, get 7 new cards, and then you can throw all of those out in play, if you can. I mean, of course, if you can, and then you will draw another 6 cards. That's all this card can do, but it's just so goddamn amazing. I mean, it's kind of sad that they have put like a 1 Dark Asset ability on each turn, but at the same time, I also remember the old Shaman decks where people would just keep on throwing all of these cards down. I mean, and also they will just keep throwing Shamans down, 4 Shamans, and then they will draw the whole deck. I mean, kind of stupid, but that's kind of all. So this was actually the list, but there's just a little quick honorable mention here, and it's gonna be very quick, I promise. Just here at last, I would just like to do this, I mean, this honorable mention thing. I think there are some cards that actually deserve it in this set. And the cards we're gonna talk about is, first of all, we're just gonna talk Turbo Patch. When I saw this card, I thought it was goddamn amazing because I loved all the patch cards throughout the, the years. The Water Patch, the Dark Patch, the Metal Steel Patch. What's it called actually? Is it called Steel Patch, I think? I mean, we have all of this, and what it just simply does is that it allows you to attach a energy card from your discard pile to a Pokemon. But this one, I mean, in previous set, we're gonna see like it was only Dark types, or it was only Steel types, or it was only Water types, kind of thing. But this one is different in the way that you're gonna flip a coin, and it's only if you hit heads, you are allowed to take a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your basic Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon GX. And that's kind of where it went off for me, and it's only gonna be an honorable mention. I mean, like, the gold card is still very awesome, but I mean, the part of the old patches was that you would use them to get up powerful Pokemon like your GXs or EXs. This card is not gonna do that. I mean, of course you can. I mean, you can do it on the V and Vmaxes, but it's not gonna do it on the GXs, which is a, 1 point down, and the other point down is that you have to flip this coin every turn, which there are some ways to get around and stuff like that. But I mean, overall, it's just like a very weak version of it. But I mean, I still like it, and I really like the artwork on this golden version. So I think it's gonna be amazing to pull still. But that's why it's only an honorable mention on this list. Next up, we have these 2 gold cards. I'm just gonna say, I love the idea that they take these normal cards like Rillaboom here and Colossal and make them into just gold cards that look amazing. I mean, these are collectibles. Like with the Frostmoth, you also have the Galarian Berserker that I luckily already have pulled, but I still need my Frostmoth, and these two guys, I'm gonna collect these because, I mean, they are goddamn perfect. I think it's amazing just to take out these normal Pokemon cards instead of all being V, GX and EXs and make them rare. I think it's a wonderful idea, and I hope they're gonna keep it on in the future. I really want my Cinderace gold card, that's what I'm actually saying. But I know this has been a quite long video. Last time it was even longer, so I hope you, I mean, like, if you pull through to this moment, thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you will subscribe if you haven't already, like the video. Tell me, what do you think about this new set? Are you looking forward to it? And again, if you want to see some opening on these cards, sadly I'm gonna get them on Friday the 14th of August, so there's gonna be a little bit more time onto that. But when I do, I have already ordered a lot of booster boxes, so I'm looking very much forward to it, and if you guys will enjoy it with me, then it would be awesome. I'm gonna do some decks online when the set is out and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of going on with the TCG. I'm also gonna look more into shiny hunting as I normally do on this channel. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me here today, and I hope you see you next time to another video or a live stream. Bye guys!